What if I told you that the Captain America standing in the Avengers Doomsday trailer isn't our Captain America at all? That's right. The Steve Rogers we see in this trailer is not the hero we've followed for over a decade. He's something else entirely. An evil Captain America. And that's not the only secret hiding in this trailer. Marvel has quietly removed several major characters from the footage using digital editing. Characters who will be in the movie, but who Marvel doesn't want you to see yet. Today we're breaking down every clue, every missing hero, and every hidden detail in the Avengers Doomsday trailer. I've gone through this frame by frame, and trust me, there is a lot to unpack. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. The broken Mjolnir. Let's start with something a lot of you have been asking about. In the trailer, this mysterious Captain America figure summons Mjolnir. But if you look closely, the hammer is cracked and broken. This isn't a new hammer. This is the shattered version of Mjolnir that Jane Foster used as the mighty Thor. Remember, in Thor Ragnarok, Hela destroyed the original Mjolnir with her bare hands. Then, in Thor Love and Thunder, the hammer reassembles itself, and ever since then, Thor has been wielding this cracked, reformed version of Mjolnir alongside his axe, Stormbreaker. You can still see those fracture lines running across the hammer's head in the trailer. Marvel keeps this detail visible for a reason. It's continuity. They want longtime fans to instantly recognize exactly which version of Mjolnir this is, and to understand that this hammer has a history of being broken and reborn. But here's where it gets interesting. Because this cracked hammer is being lifted by someone who absolutely should not be able to lift it. Is this even our Steve Rogers? Now here's the theory that's been spreading like wildfire, and honestly, I think there's real evidence behind it. Look at this new version of Steve Rogers in the trailer. Long hair, a full beard, a completely different presence. Now compare that to the earlier teaser for Doomsday, where we clearly saw Steve holding his classic Captain America uniform. In that teaser, he did not have this long hair or beard. Something changed, and it changed fast. Now pay close attention to this specific moment, when the Fantastic Four's ship lands and the team steps out. Bucky and Sam are standing right there, and when they look at this version of Steve Rogers, their expressions are anything but friendly. They're side-eyeing him. They don't trust him. It's like they know, deep down, that something is wrong with this Steve. Then there's the scene inside Avengers Tower, where the Fantastic Four are gathered with the rest of the heroes for a meeting. And if you look at the group, there's a noticeably empty gap in the frame. I believe that gap is exactly where Steve Rogers was originally standing. We literally see him stepping off that ship moments earlier, with Sam and Bucky reacting to him. But then, in this meeting scene, he's nowhere to be found among the heroes. Why? Because Marvel has digitally erased him from this shot. They don't want us seeing this version of Steve standing shoulder to shoulder with the Avengers just yet. That's a deliberate choice, and it tells us this evil Captain America twist is something Marvel is protecting very carefully. The Doctor Doom Betrayal connection. Here's where this theory connects to something even bigger. A while back, leaked concept material showed Doctor Doom fighting against basically every hero in the Marvel universe at once. In that footage, Doom is shown reviving fallen Sentinels inside an X-Mansion setting and using them to attack. And in response, the Avengers and the X-Men, who had been fighting each other up to that point, team up against him. Steve Rogers is shown standing right there with the other heroes in that footage. Now here's my theory. That moment is the turning point where Doctor Doom reveals his true colors to the heroes. He shows them that he was never really on their side, that he has his own agenda entirely. And if this really is the evil version of Captain America, I think we're going to see him make a similar move, turning on the heroes and joining Doctor Doom's side at the exact moment Doom reveals his true plan. It would be a gut-punch twist, executed at the worst possible moment for our heroes. How can an evil captain lift Mjolnir? Now I know exactly what a lot of you are thinking. How does an evil version of Captain America even qualify to lift Mjolnir? Isn't the hammer supposed to judge worthiness? Here's the comic book precedent. In the original Secret Empire storyline, Hydra Captain America is able to lift Mjolnir because of reality manipulation. His entire history and worthiness were rewritten by cosmic-level power. I think we could see something similar play out here. If this Steve Rogers is arriving through the Fantastic Four's ship from a different reality, say, Earth 828 crossing into Earth 616, then Mjolnir might genuinely be confused about how to judge him, since he doesn't fully belong to this universe yet. Or, even more likely, Dr. Doom could be the one manipulating reality around this version of Steve, altering his very nature so that the hammer accepts him. And Doom's magic is not to be underestimated here. Remember, the trailer shows us his throne room, and we've already seen just how powerful he is. This is a man who can stop Stormbreaker with 2 fingers. Manipulating a weapon that's already been broken once by Hela? For Dr. Doom, that might not be difficult at all. So when Doom finally reveals himself as the true villain in front of the assembled heroes, Steve Rogers' reveal is going to hit just as hard. A betrayal from someone the Avengers trusted completely, right when they need him most. What do you think about this evil Steve Rogers theory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. Every character missing from the trailer, but confirmed for the movie. Now let's talk about the characters who are confirmed to appear in Avengers Doomsday, but who Marvel has either digitally removed from the trailer or simply chosen not to feature yet. Doctor Strange tops this list. Last time we saw him, he was heading into the Dark Dimension with Clea to try to stop the incursions. And remember, this entire incursion crisis is what kicked off this whole saga in the first place. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness ends on a note that ties directly into Jonathan Hickman's classic Time Runs Out storyline. In that comic arc, Strange eventually agrees to help Dr. Doom's plan to save the multiverse because he genuinely believes Doom is doing the right thing. So there's a strong chance we'll see Strange fighting alongside Doom's side of this conflict. In fact, leaked concept art from Secret Wars has shown Doctor Strange standing as Doom's right-hand man. Deadpool and Wolverine are also expected to show up early in the film. We should see them in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe, clashing with that version of Spider-Man himself. Actually, if you look at the very opening seconds of the trailer, where Professor X is staring out a window, watching an entire world get destroyed in the sky, that's actually Tobey Maguire's universe being wiped out, destroyed by a bomb planted there by the X-Men. And it's Deadpool and Wolverine who are responsible for planting that bomb. After that sequence, I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine will play a massive role in Doomsday itself. I think we'll see their story continue into Secret Wars instead. And naturally, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will appear in this movie. According to some leaks, we might also see classic Spider-Man villains like Dr. Octopus and Green Goblin fighting alongside the X-Men in this sequence. Speaking of Spider-Man, remember the rumored post-credits scene from Spider-Man Brand New Day? Word is that Tom Holland's Spider-Man wakes up in a completely different reality in that scene, not his home universe of Earth 616. And from there, he gets pulled directly into Avengers Secret Wars. You might be wondering what happens to the Hulk after Brand New Day and why he's missing from this trailer entirely. My theory is that after transforming into the Savage Hulk, Bruce Banner eventually calms back down. But by then, the level of destruction he's caused is so severe that the Department of Damage Control arrests him. He spends the events of Doomsday locked up. But once Secret Wars begins and Battleworld is formed, that's when we'll finally see him make his appearance. Monica Rambeau and Captain Marvel are both said to have smaller roles in this movie. At the end of the Marvels, remember, Monica ends up trapped inside the X-Men's universe, so Doomsday will almost certainly need to address exactly how she gets out of that situation. That same rumored post-credit scene also showed us Beast. He's not in this trailer, but he's already confirmed for the film. My guess is his visual effects simply aren't finished yet, since he's a notoriously tricky character to render. But that big Avengers vs. X-Men battle we do see in the trailer? I'd bet Beast is fighting somewhere off-screen against one of the heroes in that same sequence. Binary also appeared briefly in earlier footage, so she'll be showing up in Doomsday as well. Then there's Nightcrawler, who we've heard is set to fight Mr. Fantastic at some point during the film. He's likely also fighting somewhere in the background of that big mansion battle, just hidden from view for now because of unfinished effects work. As for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, I don't think he's showing up in Doomsday at all. I believe he's being saved specifically for Secret Wars. When Dr. Doom eventually creates Battleworld, it will be stitched together from fragments of countless different universes, and Garfield's Spider-Man will likely be the lone surviving hero from his own reality, pulled into that patchwork world. The character no one is talking about. Wanda. Now let's talk about someone almost nobody is discussing. Wanda Maximoff. I don't think we're going to see Wanda in Avengers Doomsday at all. From what we've heard, it's the young Avengers who manage to survive Battleworld once Secret Wars kicks off, and their mission becomes finding and freeing the powerful heroes who are trapped under Dr. Doom's spell. Heroes strong enough to actually help turn the tide. Leaked concept material from Secret Wars has shown the young Avengers alongside characters like Star-Lord and Wong, which suggests these might be some of the surviving heroes who exist outside of Doom's control on Battleworld. From there, I think they'll work to free the other heroes trapped under his spell, including Wanda. Once she's freed, she'll likely play a massive role in Secret Wars, working alongside Franklin Richards and other reality-warping characters to actually restore the multiverse that's been destroyed. As for the Eternals, yeah, that team technically exists in this world too, but Marvel clearly does not want to touch that project again. It seems like Marvel has more or less distanced itself from the Eternals entirely and isn't interested in bringing it up. Why this all makes sense. If this all reminds you of something, think back to how Marvel handled the Infinity War and Endgame era. Several heroes were missing from Infinity War entirely. Then in Endgame, literally half the Avengers were gone for most of the runtime, until that iconic portal scene where every hero assembles together at once. I think we're heading towards something very similar here. Doomsday isn't going to feature every single hero. Plenty will be missing, spread across different corners of the story. Secret Wars might eventually bring everyone together, but likely scattered across completely different regions of Battleworld. Still, by the end of Secret Wars, I fully expect one massive assembling moment, something that makes the Endgame portal scene look small by comparison. So that's my full breakdown of everything hidden in the Avengers Doomsday trailer. The evil Captain America twist, the broken Mjolnir, and every single character Marvel doesn't want you to notice just yet. Which of these missing characters are you most excited to see? And what do you think is really going on with this evil Steve Rogers? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because we've got a lot more Marvel theories and trailer breakdowns coming your way very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.